Hey Amber, so I'm gonna go over your macros and with a food log and a few other things real quick. So I'm gonna go over Saturdays, which is about 1600, 1700 calories. I'll kind of just round it up. But first off, I want to say really good job completing your workouts and really good job logging your foods and updating your measurements and photos and pictures and weight. Really, really good job, because these little accountability tasks are not only going to take you further, but it's also going to help me help you, because then I can visually see what's happening. I can see that you're participating and engaging, and then you also feel accomplished and that you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. But we're also able to see what's happening. Even a 1 month difference between pictures can be a huge thing with noticing, okay, your waist is leaning out, or your shoulders are getting more muscle. Like, you'll be able to visually see those things. So great job with that. And let's jump right into Saturday's meals. So your macros, they were about 1650, and this was a good day to show you just a few things to add in to better hit your macros. So your protein was kind of low this day, which that's going to happen. Not every day is going to be exactly the same with food and with what we do in life and how we feel, etc. So your carbs and your protein were a little low. So by upping your carbs and protein, you're going to get a little bit of fats from those as well, which you would have been totally good with your fats with where they were at. So we didn't have to actually add in any fat dense items or like higher fat carbs or proteins. We probably wouldn't have done that, just because your fats were at a good spot. So you could have actually had, I'm not sure if you had just the burger with cheese, like the meat and cheese for the cheeseburger, but you could have added in the bun, or even one side of the bun. Sometimes I'll just do like the top part of the bun or whatever. The bun, yeah, you could have had the entire thing because your carbs were lower. So it was up to you where you wanted to add in a leaner carb, which bread is that. But when you add butter and stuff to bread, or cheese on the bread or whatever, that's when the leaner carb becomes, higher fat, because you add things to it. But you could have had that whole cheeseburger and been just fine. And then I would have added in literally like one more high protein item. Like, you could have added in something like a bunch of egg whites with one egg. Sometimes if you mix 1 or 2 eggs with more of the egg whites, it's so high protein. Or you could have done like a protein shake, and you would have been good. You would have been around like 120 grams of protein, which would have been perfect. So that's literally all I would have tweaked and adjusted. So little things are going to make all the difference. And honestly, it's okay if you didn't want to add in the bun to that cheeseburger. That's totally fine. The only main thing I would have done is added in a leaner protein, one more serving in that day, and you would have had enough protein, and your carbs and fats would have been fine. It's okay to have like 1 or 2 days that are a little bit lower calorie, like around maybe 1700. If you just want to do that a couple days a week, and then the other days are where your macros should be a little bit higher. But within that, always make sure you hit the protein. No matter what your calories are set at, your protein will always be the same. So hitting your protein mark is always it's never gonna change. So that's something that should always be thought of first and foremost. And then it kind of trickles down to, okay, did I get enough calories? Did I go over my fats? What set me over in fats, and then you kind of go from there. But yeah, overall, great job. The workouts will get a little bit harder, just because I wanted to start out a little bit more moderate just to gauge where you were at. And then I want to I made a few of them a little bit more intense, just because you can handle it, and that's where you need to be with the levels of your workouts. So if you have any questions, just let me know. You're doing amazing, and the more we connect and communicate and do these things and do our check-ins, and I read over stuff and see what's going on and read X, Y, and Z, the more I can gauge and know what you need to focus more on, where your strengths are, your weaknesses, etc. So, great job. Let me know when you listen to this, and if you have any questions, just let me know and we'll touch base soon.